Hey friends, welcome to my composition art journal series, part 24. Love is the greatest. I have been going through my composition notebook journal and just deciding on a page to do. I just grab a bunch of elements that I think that I might use on the page. So tissue paper, some old artwork, a stencil, some Posca markers, a sponge for texture and stamping, a stamp, some stencils, lots of stuff. So I don't know what I'll use, but I like to kind of gather materials. And this jelly roll pen. But before I go on, I'm still married. I had to get my ring cut off because my finger got too fat for it. So this tissue paper is just gift wrap that came with a gift that I thought was really pretty. It's just like a light pink with gold polka dots. And if you know me, I like polka dots. And so I am just going to start collaging on here with this tissue paper using some matte gel as my medium to adhere it on to my page. You can use glue or whatever. I just figured I'd go with this. So if you're new here, this is a composition art book. So it is from one of those cheap composition notebooks that you can get from the dollar store, Walmart, wherever. They sell them everywhere, and they're only a few dollars at most. On sale, they're like 30 cents. And it's just cheap paper, but they're usually, all the ones that I've purchased have been stitch bound, which make them great for journals. So I'll put a link below to the setup video where I created the 44 layouts for the background, and that just gives me a jumping off point, so I'm not starting with a blank page kind of thing. And I'm really enjoying the process. It's a lot of fun. I might do it a little bit differently next time, who knows. Anyway, starting with collage and just having fun. I don't really have a plan. I never really do. The matte gel was not sticking very well, so you can always call in your handy dandy Elmer's glue, which never fails. And then I wanted to use this artwork. That artwork is actually something my daughter did when she was in an art class like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know. And I just went through her little art portfolio and asked if she wanted to keep anything, and she says, yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can throw them out. And then I thought, I'm going to use these on a collage page. So I wanted to get a similar kind of metallic paint and build a little bit more of that color into the background. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. The first few stencils didn't really turn out very well. It's just a little maybe too subtle. I wanted something a little bit more profound, and the circles are doing a little bit of that, and it's continuing the pattern of circles that I have in the tissue paper as well. But I got some paint under the stencil, and so that's why I grabbed that little wooden skewer to try to maybe kind of paint in the paint, scratch in the paint. It's called Sgraffito. So that I love how sometimes when you do something that you didn't intend to and you go to fix it, it kind of inspires the next step. So I decided, I'm just gonna do some globs of paint here and there, and then scratch out some interest in that, so that it's a little bit hard to see on camera, but when you look at it up close in person, you can see the little scratch marks, and it just gives it a little extra texture and interest. So that's what I'm doing. And those are just wooden skewers that you get to like make kebabs. And then this stencil, I think, was like in a children's arts and crafts box that I've had forever. I'm like really utilizing my kids' old art supplies. It's kind of fun. So I thought I would do a little bit of these like half circle rainbow-ish type things, but I'm realizing like the pink is a little bit stronger than I like for this page. So I don't go very far with that, but I grabbed my gold Posca marker, and I decided just to leave it at that. So then I'm looking at this bluish teal artwork that I want to incorporate, and I'm trying to figure out, am I ready for it? Not quite yet. So I grabbed some gold glitter paint and a lid from something, Man Spray. Hey, If you have a teenage boy and he's stinky, look up man spray. It's really good stuff. It's manly deodorant. It's not really deodorant. It's all natural. And anyway, I'll put a link below to that too. They're a family-owned business and their products are really good. So I just made some gold circles to add to my background. And then I also just got these jelly roll pens. So I wanted to experiment and see how well they would write on overpaint. And at first I thought maybe it was a little bit too light for my little flowers here, but I ended up really liking that. So I am going to go with that. So I'm just cutting out my little flower here. And then I want to make some more. I like the way the stencil looks just laying on the paint. So I wish I could replicate that some way. I probably could if I wanted to trace it and then paint in white around the negative space, but that just seemed like too much work. So I decided to go in a different direction by just cutting some out and using them as embellishments. And then I tried outlining with a big thick white Posca pen, but I wasn't quite sure about that. I've learned with white pens that I've gotten in the past that seem to work great at first and then they quickly dry out. I wonder sometimes if it's because I'm pressing so hard. So anyway, I wanted to refer to my Bible study that I was doing that morning, and I've mentioned before I read the Bible like cover to cover this year. Well, I'm not done, it's December. But I was in Corinthians, yes, that day, and I've heard this verse quite a bit. Three things remain: faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. But it's interesting, this translation, instead of saying remains, it says these three things last forever. And I was really thinking about the thought that, there's a lot of things that benefit us here in this life, but when we love, that has eternal consequences. It can affect people's lives forever. So faith, hope, and love will last forever. So anyway, I did not squeeze the whole verse on here, but I thought, I'm just going to use that other extra blue to highlight love, which is kind of the focus of the verse anyway. So I like how the words look as they are. I wish that I could just leave it like that, but it's not going to fit on my page. I mean, I could use that as a totally different piece of art and put it somewhere else, but I was kind of committed, so I decided to just cut it to make it fit, to make it work. And so I'm cutting my little waves. And at first, the forever got broken up, and I'm able to put it back together here. Isn't that convenient? Look at that. But normally, when I'm writing a sentiment or a verse or a quote or whatever, if I run out of room, I just continue on the next line without even putting a dash in it. I got that idea from Terry Dudash, a friend in one of our my Facebook groups for mixed media and art journaling group. I'll put that link below too. And she's awesome. And she always includes a lot of text in her backgrounds. And that's one thing that she does, is just not worrying about spacing. Just continue your line, your word, wherever you leave off on the next line. So anyway, that's something a little tip that I adapted, and I like it because then I don't get stressed out if I can't make the words fit exactly where I want them to. I just go with it. So the big solid blue was a little bit too solid, so I took that white pen and just outlined it a little bit more. And gluing down. You guys have probably all used this tacky glue before, but this was new for me. And tacky, it is called for a reason, because it is really sticky, which I like. So I think I'm going to be using this glue a lot. First, I use my finger to kind of smush it around, because that's normally what I would do with Elmer's glue. It is super sticky. Boy, I am talking more than I usually do in my videos. I don't know. Do you like that? Or do you like just listening to music and watching the process? I don't know. I suppose there's people who prefer all kinds of different videos, styles. But here I am just playing with the layout, trying to find what I like best, moving things around. Should I put it here? Should I put it there? I kind of liked it down there, so love is very separate. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I like that. One last little possibility. Yeah, no. Okay, so I glue it down. And then I took some gold paint with my finger. I think one time I accidentally got paint on my finger and I decided to just smudge it on a page to get it off my finger. And then I realized, ooh, finger painting is fun. I highly recommend it. I don't know. There's something about painting with your finger too that makes me feel like there's more of me on the page because I touched it. So I just used some of this glittery paint all over to just kind of make little sparkles. And then I got out some hole punches, some different sized hole punches that I had to play around with because I wanted to see what else I could do here. So there's a teeny tiny one and then one that's a little bit bigger. And then, oh, I just needed to take the bottom off. Anyway, this one will demonstrate it better. So you can see from the bottom where the first hole was. And so I made like this little donut shape. So I wanted to group some little bubbles together. So, and then I found another larger circles punch. Yeah, and I liked how it added just a little bit more to my page. A little more interest. I do have a tendency to go way far beyond what I need to. But I don't think I went overboard in this one as much as some pages that I've done. And then I wanted to make the word love stand out a little bit more. So I outlined it in white paint to make it pop. And I think that I'm almost done here. I'm looking at all the shimmery. Sometimes I try to let the page rest, walk away for a little bit. I think that's what I did here. And I decided when I came back that I wanted to kind of create an outline, an edge to frame my pages together. So I just used that gold Posca marker to make a little frame. And that's what I did to finish out the page. So I hope that you enjoyed my video and that it inspires you to go make some art and just have fun. Thanks for watching and hope you come back and hang out with me again.